Good morning, team. We have Dr. Joby with us today for the session Stay Home, Stay Healthy. She will be giving us tips on how to be healthy while we are locked down due to the COVID scenario, how to relieve stress, eat right, develop the immunity, and exercise more to boost the immunity further. Thank you so much, Doctor, for accepting our invitation. Over to you.
Thank you. So already one half of the lockdown is over. Another, we are entering into the second lockdown. So everybody must be already used to what situation we are going under now. We'll start the session. Be aware, be safe, and be healthy while you're staying at home. Home, what happens is we begin to follow a very irregular basic routine. Be it brushing or bathing or combing or whatever, that becomes like you let it go very easy. So be it your food timing also, you tend to relax, and if you have lot of work, you try to push it to one side, saying that okay, I'll do it later. So that also brings about a lot of health problems. I will discuss in detail later on. And overeating. When we sit at home, what we do is we start binging, and very frequently we just feel like eating things. So overeating tends to increase your weight. So please be very careful. You have to keep a very strict routine of lifestyle so that by the time the lockdown period is over, you don't increase your weight and go back to office. There's another thing that most of us do unknowingly or knowingly, holding back natural urges like wanting to go for motion or urination or drinking water. Now it is getting hotter, and still, like in between works, we say okay, I'll do it later, and that leads into a lot of problems. Like now drinking less water will cause UTI, very common during these summer times. And if you sit, if you're in the sitting job, you sit for a long time, what happens is your lower body doesn't get the right circulation, so you will get a lot of gas problem, constipation, piles problem, and even for ladies there could be periods problem. So we have to be very aware of all these things, and when you get the urge, try to get rid of it at that time itself. Don't delay it. And sleep. What happens is, because we are working, some of you may be having a shift duty, so because of that uh, it could hamper your immunity. Sleep also gives you a very good body and a very good mind, so see that you get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Children also, when they are at home, what happens is no school, no need of getting up early morning, so they delay their sleep time. They go to sleep very late in the night and get up very late. This can lead to acidity problems, which they themselves may not know because of late waking up. Stomach will be empty, stomach will be wanting food, but because we want to laze, and body biological clock demands food and you don't give it, then they will be causing lot of problem. So be it children, be it the elders, keep your sleep pattern correct. Don't sleep during the daytime. Try to avoid sleeping during daytime. Once you sleep during the daytime, you won't get sleep in the night. And what happens is sleeping immediately after food, that causes a lot of problem like diabetes, obesity, BP problem. So these things start rising. So be very careful. If you are sitting at home, don't try to laze around. At the same time, exercise also reduces. Now that we are at home, there is no walking out. We are not using any vehicle. we don't go do much work outside. So that lack of exercise happens and the body becomes more lethargic and stagnant. So exercise is very important. I will be stressing on that later on, how you can exercise at home. Many people I know, they used to hit the gyms, and now that also has stopped. So I'll give you tips on how you can keep yourself fit at home, and keep your food timing correct. People who are going to work, even if you have shift timing, what you need to do is the timing of the food should be correct. Whether you have a morning shift or an evening shift, see that the breakfast, lunch, dinner timings are at the same time, and never skip your meals. Even if you don't feel hungry, have something light. Okay. Any doubts or any questions, you can put up in the chat box. Now, addictions, as we all know that because of the lockdown, there are no alcohol shops open. So what has happened is, many of you who daily take a peg, or who very regularly take alcohol, most of you must have stored a lot. And some people, what they do is, because it is in front of them, they tend to take more. So please be careful, don't overdo it. And since it is summertime, Ayurveda says during summertime you should not go into such habits, because it heats the body more. So summer heat and body heat can really be a fatal condition. Also, for those who have not got to keep with them, what happens is they become more irritated, and they become more wanting. That withdrawal syndrome starts in them. So I would like to tell them, please don't panic. It's a very good time that you can withdraw from the alcohol and start a better life. Thing is, when you don't have anything nearby, or you don't have at all in hand, you can make grape juice. Take a lot of grapes, grind it in the mixie. You can put water and strain it. This helps to avoid that urge for drinking. And as you know, grapes is very good for health. It it gives you the strength, and also clears your stomach properly. But please do remember, grapes has a tendency of causing loose motions. That means if you take more than how much your body requires, it can cause loose motion. So it is normal to it. So keep your amount correct. Okay. Any doubts? Okay, I'll continue. Just striking a balance between your family, your work, your home, and your work. So being grounded at home as well as needing to go to work becomes very difficult, because now everything is shut. There's no conveyance traveling to sites amid these restrictions become a problem. You tend to it may give you tensions, and managing site with lesser deployment, when you don't have people to help you out, the correct amount of people to do everything, the load becomes more on you and your fellow partners, your co-workers. Then the health of deployed teammates also is a problem, whether somebody has contacted, or whether I will get a small cough, small fever also. Now it becomes a scare for everybody. People really get scared to go to hospitals now, because they are doing screening in the hospitals. So if anybody with fever or cough go there, what if they tell them to go into isolation? That fear is there. At the same time, contacting COVID from the hospital, another fear is there. So please, I would like to say that you don't need to, it should not be a fear factor in you. If you have any doctor's numbers, just call them up many of them are giving online consultation now, so you can directly talk to them and see that your health is addressed and you are not having the COVID symptoms. Just clear it out. Then making necessities available to family when you are at work, because they are not able to go out, so that tension keeps lingering. Then if you have a sick family, as I said, sick family sick family member, if you have elderly at home, so whether how to manage, because you may not be having a detailed knowledge about the medical, so how to manage them, you're scared to take them to the hospital also. Say, as I said, call up your doctor, whatever number you get, online consultations are available. Then lack of domestic help causes a lot of problem to the ladies. They have to finish their kitchen chores, their work, and then again go into their own work. So it becomes a problem to handle things. Then uncertain situation. This condition, it's not just in one place, it's all over all over the world. So please don't take it personally, but be calm and think that whatever happens, happens for the good. The fear for tomorrow, what happens is when you start thinking more, when you get that negative imbibe, the negative vibrations in you, you start to lose your body immunity. So you need to stay positive always, whatever it may be. Even though the it is very bad, the situation in front of you, you need to stay positive. Positivity increases your blood circulation, it calms your mind, and it gives you a very good move ahead. Also, give that positivity to the people working around you, people who you meet, and give them that assurance that all will be fine. Then there are myths and very fake news going about in the WhatsApp, in the media. So please make sure that those things don't really affect your mind, and make sure that the news is correct. You don't need to share unwanted news and make everybody get scared of what is happening. So keep yourself updated, but at the same time, don't let yourself freak out, right? Yes, be positive. In the office, as it is said, maintain social distancing, follow the directive given about sanitization. I'm not going deep into it because it is everywhere and most people have by-hearted, I know. So, but yes, wash your hands and check on each other. What happens is, it's our habit that we take our hands to our eyes and face and nose. So we don't remember. So when you see a fellow colleague doing those things, remind them. Even if they are putting a mask, we tend to pull the mask many times. So that can lead to more problems. So when you see such things, just remind them, no, don't touch your face. Okay. And in the work, when you're in the office, eat at the right time. See that your colleagues also eat at the right time. And drink water. As I said, it's getting hotter in India. So drink water, increase your, at least 3 liters of water is required. I suppose it's all over India, right? It's not just Bangalore.
All India.
All over India. Yeah. So from Bangalore, it's still just in the medium, I think. But other places of India is really getting very hot. So please do drink enough water. And if you're at home, open doors and windows. I've put a star mark. It's condition applied. If you are staying in flats, it becomes difficult because of close contact. But if you are in a single house, or where your neighbors are a little far off, please do open doors and windows. If you can go to the terrace, go to the terrace. Lockdown doesn't mean that everything is shut. Close your doors, windows. It doesn't mean that. So let the sunlight come in.
Okay, the question asked was, what are the meal timings to be observed, or what is the right time to have meal?
Yeah. Right time, see, breakfast time. If you're having your at least when you're getting up, ladies, especially if you're getting up early morning at about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you will be having empty stomach. So have something liquid at least, because by the time you prepare your breakfast and serve to the family, it will be 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So there's a lot of gap happening. If you get up late and immediately prepare something, that's fine. So if you're having breakfast at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, stick to that time. Again, if you're having lunch at about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever your timing is, stick to that time. Half an hour up and down is not a matter, but it should not go beyond 1 hour. That what happens is that the acids that are being produced in the body, then that begins to eat up the cells of the stomach lining. So that can cause acidity. If the acids are not getting the food content to digest, then it will heat up the body. Also, same time in the night when you're taking dinner, see that you take an early dinner at about say 8:39, and if you're and try to sleep by 10 o'clock. Don't take food immediately and immediately go to bed. Give a small gap of at least 45 minutes, 1 hour, and then go to sleep. And never eat after 10 o'clock, and never sleep very late, because that decreases the immunity. Right? So I'll
Thank you,
continue.
doctor. Yeah.
So what the lockdown means is, don't lock yourself in a room that you are not able, that you have to frustrate yourself. Open up the doors and windows, let fresh air come inside. Go to the terrace in the morning time, evening time, when there is in the sunrise and sunset timing, when the rays are not very harsh. Go to the terrace, get some fresh air, let the sunlight fall on you, do a little exercise. But at the same time, you have to see that you are not in a flat or in a place where, crowded situation where people come in close contacts. So in such places, please do avoid. At the same time, talk to your neighbors. Shutting down yourself doesn't mean you cannot talk to your neighbors. Keep a distance, and just inquire about each other's health. Talk how much you can, so that what happens is that calms down your mind. You're not sitting alone. Then talk to your friends also over the phone. There are you are getting a lot of time to make a contact and keep relations with people and relatives, friends of all those people who you have forgotten or lost contact. Make good family bondings. What happens is grandparents may be separate, so make the children talk to their grandparents so that they also don't get bored. Strengthen the family bonding. Now that you cannot go out and buy any food from outside, call up people who are very good cooks, ask them homemade recipes. This all helps to increase your immunity. What I have noticed is many of the children and junk food to eat, they have reduced a lot of weight. So it's a one very good positive thing. Overweight children losing weight. So this is a very good sign that homemade food is the best. So try to cook at home and eat, even if you are making your own pizza, burger, whatever, but when made at home, it is more healthy. Then read a lot of books. Instead of sitting on the computer and mobile and spoiling your eyes, sit with your book. Sit with good books for the children to read out stories to them. So these all activities will give you a lot of positivity. Try to imbibe all those forgotten hobbies, like many of us love to paint, to sing, to draw, to make creatures, guitaring. So all these things, those who love music, listen to music. So these things always calm your mind. It doesn't make you more unhappy, or it doesn't cause tensions because of what is happening outside, right?
If not hungry, but the timing
Yeah.
of our regular meals has come in, should we still eat or wait for the time till we are hungry?
See, you have to know your hunger. How much hunger you means appetite you have. Like a small feeling of not feeling hungry, you can take a little hot water. That helps to digest. Or if you had a very heavy meal, then you'll have to wait for some more time. Or if your digestion is really very weak, then you wait a little more time. Take a lot of, I'll tell you, there are slides coming, I'll tell you, like ginger and mint, these all help in digestion. You have to really work on it, because digestion also plays a very important role for our immunity. If you have a very weak digestion, then very soon, or it immediately you can fall sick. So always your digestion should be right.
The next question, should we have what do you say? Should we start walking after we had lunch or dinner or meal?
Mild walking is okay, but don't do heavy exercise. What happens is, just after meals, our body circulation is concentrated on the stomach. So our head becomes light. So that's why we feel more sleepy just after meals. So you can just take a brisk walking. That helps. But don't fall asleep. When you're concentrating on
Sorry. Few more questions. Can we eat non-veg during pandemic?
eating non-veg is not a problem, but keep in mind that first of all, it is hot season. Summer seasons, you need to reduce your non-veg, because it heats the body more, and cook it very well, so that if any germs or anything is there, that dies off. It doesn't cause any problem in your body. But if you are in a place where COVID is more, please avoid, because that tends to make your digestion sluggish. Digestion should always be correct.
Sorry, doctor. There are questions running right now. So, how do we manage dinner time in case we do a second shift and we reach home by 9 o'clock or later? So, what should be the ideal time to have dinner?
If you can, please carry a tiffin. Carry your dinner along with your dabba, along with your work, so that the timing is kept correct. And then you can come home and sleep. You don't need to come and eat.
Is drinking hot water advisable every time, means throughout the day, even in the afternoon during a hot season?
During hot season, we may not feel like eating hot water, but you should know that hot water means lukewarm. Lukewarm water is light. It immediately gets absorbed into the body. Fridge water will never get absorbed. Many people have the wrong notion. It is cold, it will cool the body. No, that coolness is only till the mouth. Once it goes into the digestive system, it heats up the body and the digestion becomes sluggish. So please avoid all fridge items, all cold items. Don't depend on the fridge. Keep your food and your vegetables all outside. It will stay fresh for at least 2 days. And buy it every 2-3 days, so that if you're not getting enough, then you can buy it in bulk. But please see that you always heat it properly and take it.
Sure. Final question right now. Okay, can you suggest some help for good sleep tips, some sleeping tips, and also breathing problem while sleeping?
Okay. Sleeping tips, see, avoid sleeping during the daytime. Once you sleep during the daytime, you will not get sleep in the night. And if you are not getting sleep in the night, in spite of not sleeping in the day, it means your mind is running. You are constantly thinking of various things. Much of task in the head. That's why you are not able to put yourself to sleep. And if you are above the age of 60 or something, then what happens is sleep timing reduces, so that's okay for them. Otherwise, you need to calm yourself down, breathing exercises, and you need to keep telling yourself that I need to stop thinking. When you lie down on the bed, concentrate on your breath, how you're taking in and out. Just concentrate on that. So that helps you to calm down yourself, relax all your muscles. Your whole body muscles just relax, and with the closed eyes, just bring your eyeballs to your forehead. So what happens is you are putting yourself to sleep. Or if you like to listen to good soothing music, you can put it in the background and you can sleep. And still, if you are not falling asleep, please consult your doctor. Shall I continue?
Yeah, please continue now.
Yeah. So from the Department of Ayush, we have got some guidelines as to what to follow during this time. So one is drinking warm water throughout the day. As somebody had asked, if you feel what happens is because India is very hot climate, drinking hot water, you don't feel that that you quench your thirst. So you can either boil the water and let it cool and then drink that water. That is more digestible than drinking normal water. During the summer vacation, it's not a problem. But if you're having cold, cough, fever, please drink hot water all through the day. And if you're having COVID people around you, if it is a hot spot, keep sipping hot water. Or if you can put some herbal drugs into the water and drink, that also cools the body. Like Chandan is there. Then we have Sariba, like those. We get a lot of in the Ayurvedic shops. If you ask, they will give you. Then you need to practice yogasana, pranayam, and meditation for at least 30 minutes. Daily 30 minutes. I'll tell you how we can do. I will be coming in that. Then add haldi or turmeric, jeera or cumin, dhania, coriander, and lasun or garlic in your cooking. In India, these things are usually done in all households, but still you can increase these quantities when you're having cold and cough. You can increase it more, not a problem. But if it is very hot, you are in a very hot climate, you can reduce it because too much masala also doesn't suit the body. If you are in the COVID area, you can use it. Please do use it. Next. Yeah, and these are simple procedures that you can do at home. What we call is nasyam or nasal application. Just apply a little til oil or sesame oil or coconut oil. You have to be sure that you're not having any cold cough problems, because first you have to attend to that, and then these are all for normal healthy people, these guidelines. So apply just a few, just 1 or 2 drops. This is called pratimarshanasya. So this keeps your whole nasal lining and your respiratory tract clear of all these germs. So sesame oil, coconut oil, ghee is also mentioned, but both nostrils. Anytime in the day you can do, preferably in the morning, I say about 6:30 or evening 6:30 during the sunrise and sunset time. Just put 2 drops and breathe deep, inhale deeply, one after another. Then oil pulling, we call it gandusham. Just take just a little bit of oil, 1 tablespoon of oil, sesame or coconut, and keep in your mouth and swish it for say about 2-3 minutes, and then you can spit it out, and then just wash it off with little hot water. So what happens is this oil has, especially coconut oil. Coconut oil helps to fight this virus and germs. So just what to say, it lines up your buccal cavity, your nasal cavity, and the vapors that you take inside also, it goes into your lungs also. So that helps to strengthen your system. Then steam inhalation, we can put a little pudina leaves or ajwain or caraway seeds, and you can take nice steam inhalation. And if you're having a cold cough, as I said, you can do it 2 times a day, or you can increase the quantity of these leaves. So steaming helps to open up all your pores, all your lining inside, and it kills these germs. But yes, in severe hot, where it is very hot, you don't need to do steaming unless you feel that, you know, to be to prevent yourself, you can do it. Same thing, lavanga or clove powder mixed with natural sugar or honey can be taken 2 to 3 times a day in case of cough or throat irritation. So that helps to soothe your cough, even dry cough. So these measures, if you have dry cough, if you feel you are having COVID symptoms, it really helps a lot. And if you feel that a feverish feeling above 102 and dry cough, very uneasy breathing and all, please do consult your doctor.
Can you go to next?
Yeah, these are some simple remedies again that Ayush has published. You can take Chyawanprash. You can give children also. When you're not having any cold cough problems, take Chyawanprash 10 grams in the morning. At night also you can take. You can give children 1 teaspoon, and just before sleeping you can take. Then make herbal tea or decoction with basil leaves, the dalchini or cinnamon, kali mirch or black pepper, sunthi or dry ginger, and also raisins. So you can take it once a day or twice a day. If you want to add a little sweet in it, jaggery is the better option than sugar. And if you want for a taste, you can add lemon also in the last. And whatever, it's not necessary you add everything together. Whatever of your taste, what you like, you can add. If you're having digestive problems, the dry ginger helps a lot. If you're having cold and cough problems, tulsi, black gram, the ginger powder and black pepper, these things help a lot. If you're having digestive problems, you can add mint, coriander. So you can just adjust it to your taste. You can take it in the morning and evening along with your tea powder, or just like that without the tea powder. Then there is this golden milk, the haldi wala doodh, what we say, that also helps to remove out impurities from our blood. It helps to remove out any swellings, any germs, and also it's a very good healer for any injuries. So you can take this, you can take just half a teaspoon with milk and morning and evening. If you're having cold cough, you can increase the quantity, not a problem. If you're having cold cough, mix a little water with milk so that you're not taking concentrated milk. You're taking diluted milk and more of haldi, right?
Go to the next slide, Rajesh.
Yeah.
Before we go into the exercise or other things, we can go for a few questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Let me go back. Okay. Is it advisable to have oily foods in the morning breakfast? Or sorry, frozen foods or frozen nuggets or frozen peas? Is it advisable?
Not during this condition. I have said just keep your fridge shut for some time, because nuggets and all this are all processed foods. They don't have that fibers in them. That is just for the taste. So even if you're taking out these things once in a while is fine, but don't take chances. Fry them nicely, or heat them nicely before you take them.
What precautions can we take for 6 months old baby?
6-month-old baby, the mother needs to take precautions. Mother has to build up her immunity so that when she feeds her child, she gives the good healthy milk. the child will also get the immunity.
How to avoid joint pain?
Joint pains. It will depend on the age. If it is osteoarthritis because of old age, a little of oil massage and little of what to say, this dry ginger kwatham or kashayam we say. Those things help to reduce the swellings. Even this golden milk that I said, that also helps in arthritis for both rheumatoid and osteo. And mild exercises. If it is rheumatoid, if you're having pain, please don't exercise. But if it is bearable, you can exercise.
The question, is jaggery good for health and can be used regularly as replacement of sugar?
Very good. It has got a lot of minerals and ions. But make sure, please, that it is the right, what to say, the reddish ones are better ones than the yellowish ones. There's palm jaggery also coming. So exercise also increases your immunity. So it doesn't mean you're at home means you don't need to exercise. Please follow some routine either in the morning or in the evening with your whole family so that everybody is working out and they stay healthy. When you work out more, what happens is the blood circulation is moving faster. It reaches every organ. And when you're sweating out, the peripheral systems are cleaned. All the toxins are removed. And once the circulation takes place, the kidney is working, it's flushing out. The bowels are working, it's flushing out. Proper functioning takes place. So at home, people who used to go for morning walks and jogging and all that, it's not possible now. So do at home itself. Walking is not possible. Do spot jogging, spot jumping. Jumping also, gives a jerks to every organ. Skipping. So these things you can do even for children. These are very good. So do a lot of exercises. Whatever simple exercises you know, twisting, bending. If you're having back pain, please don't bend too much. Knee pain, don't put pressure on your knees. But at the same time, see how much you can do. You can sit and exercise your upper body also. And cycling, the first picture, cycling, touching the opposite knee. That helps. People who are very who are having pot bellies and who are very conscious about their slim stomachs. So they can follow these exercises. This plank exercise also is very good, and the cycling is very good. Jogging with knees touching your chest. This helps to what to say, compress your stomach. So the fat is melted, and the organs, about 9 organ systems are there. So the 9 parts are there. So everything is given that exercise. So these exercises help a lot. Then you can do a little breathing exercises, pranayam, kapalabhati, these things. But make sure when you're exercising, you are on empty stomach. You don't feel like urinating. You don't have the urge to pass motion, and you're not on heavy stomach with food. So at least 2 hours after your meals, void yourself of urination, everything. Put on light clothes. Don't wear very tight clothes. Light clothes, loose clothes, and exercise. Breathing, I'll just give you a few, I'll just give you one session of how to keep yourself calm, as somebody had asked earlier. So what you do is just close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Don't just close all your thoughts, shut down all your thoughts, and put your hand on your chest and just feel the breathing. You take in a deep breath, inhale, hold the breath for some time, and then exhale. Just repeat this. Just repeat and concentrate on your breathing. Nothing else should come to your mind. If you feel too much anxiety about hearing some news or what to do in the situation, you feel helpless during those times, or when you are totally having too much of work on your head, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to go there, just sit down for 5 minutes and just calm yourself. Okay, it's okay, everything is fine. I need to calm myself. Everything should be positive. Give that energy, positive energy to yourself. When you take in deep breaths, you take in a lot of oxygen. Your lungs open up. When you exhale, give a longer exhalation than inhalation. So what happens is the maximum carbon dioxide from the body is released out of the body. So inhale, stop, exhale, come to normal. Again inhale, stop, hold it, and exhale. Just repeat it for 5-10 minutes. 5-10 times, and you will feel the difference. It really brings down that load on your head. Too much of tension, too much of work, too much. You don't know how to calm yourself. Children are making a lot of noise at home. You're not able to concentrate when you are working too much on the computer. So just keep yourself away from that work. Give that time to yourself. It really brings. There's a doubt as to how to wash vegetables and fruits when we bring from outside, because I had seen a video where somebody was saying to wash the vegetables in soap water. Please don't do that. Even if it is COVID, even when there was no COVID, there was germs. So please, when you bring the fruits and vegetables, put it into saline water for at least 20 minutes. Normal salt water, or if you want, turmeric water or tamarind water. All these help to remove these germs. They are all antifungal and anti-infectious, anti-germs, all properties they have. So just keep it for 20 minutes and then you can keep it back. Just wipe it off with a nice cloth and you can keep it back. And as I said earlier, please follow a very disciplined routine, even if you're at home. That helps not just you, your family members also. Don't, even if children don't obey, even if they don't want to, sometimes you have to force it on them, because body understands a discipline. Body understands nature. Sun rises in the morning, it sets in the evening. It doesn't change its time. So we have to understand nature and follow that timing. Your food, your sleep, your exercise, everything. Same with bath also. Bath increases the heat in the body, it increases your digestion. So please do keep yourself clean. Bath also cleans the body, right? It cleans the skin. So take bath daily and keep it a fixed timing. Morning time is always the best. If you are having asthma problem or anything, you can take it say about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And if you are sweating a lot, you can go for bath twice a day also. And as I said, sunlight, let light come inside the house. Morning time and evening time, let light come inside the house so that that heat of the sun really removes all those germs. And if you have the time, put your bedding, put your clothes, everything in the sun. Let that get heated up. It kills those germs. So at least once a year, when you have the time in the summer season, put out your bedding, put out your clothes. Just ventilate and let the sunlight come inside the house, so that each and every items in the house is disinfected. Then there's also fumigating the house or smoking the house. In the evening time or in the morning time, whenever you get time, just whatever is available to you. You can use neem leaves, turmeric, neem oil, ghee, and frankincense. You can put nirgundi. You can put lemon oil, lemongrass oil. So all these things put with this coconut shell or in coconut husk. Put it all together. You can put some papers or dried tulsi sticks, dried tulsi neems. So all this together and burn it and then smoke it and smoke the whole house. So what happens is the moisture content, anything left anywhere or any germs or even whatever germs are there, it will all go away with these smoke and these herbal items. Also, smoke the front part of your house, because people will be coming and going if it is a flat especially. So the corridors, the verandas, or the front door, everything, many people will be touching the doors and everything. So nicely smoke those places. And as I said earlier, avoid frozen foods, instant foods, bakery products. Yes, curd also please avoid. Direct taking curd cools the body, but at the same time, it what to say, makes the body very sluggish, the digestion. Curd is not a good option, but buttermilk is. So make lot of rasam. Rasam, in South India, we prepare with tamarind. I would advise, if you're making a medicated rasam, don't put tamarind and dal. With other ingredients like garlic, ginger, small onions, and a little hing, all with tomato. You can put a lot of tomato and just boil them nicely. Then crush it and you can take it. Coriander leaves also you can put. So this helps for cold and cough and during this COVID time. But rasam heats the body also, so you have to be very judicious about taking it. Then amla chutney, amla or gooseberries, our Indian gooseberries. Mix it with coriander, mint, little coconut. So these things help in directly our digestion and also the respiratory system. Amla is it has very rich vitamin C. So you can take these products, make at home. And buttermilk. Buttermilk, it's not just putting little water in curd. You have to add 4 times water in curd. You can just first put curd in mixie and grind it nicely. The more you churn it, more the quality increases. Churn it nicely and remove that butter from the top. With the butter, it is not called buttermilk. Remove the butter, then add water and salt. If you want to put for taste, you can put little ginger, little small onions, and curry leaves with the curd while mixing it. And then if you want, you can directly eat it, or you can strain and take that buttermilk. So that was it from my side. I hope it was informative. You can ask your questions.
Okay, doctor, the questions have started already punching in. How to reduce back pain while starting exercises or doing it for the first time?
When you're doing exercises, you first need to, free your body first. So don't immediately go into exercises. Do some light exercises, some twisting, some, rotating your hands and neck and all that, so that your body is lightened, the joints are free. And then you go into yoga postures, and don't force yourself into yoga postures. It will happen during, in course of time. Once your body becomes flexible, it will happen. Every person has a different capacity, so there is no limit to it.
Second, can jaggery be given to a diabetic person, and what special care to be taken for a diabetic person?
Yeah, for diabetic people, jaggery can be given. It is a better option than sugar or sugar free. Also, sugar free I don't recommend because it has a lot of chemicals in it. Jaggery you can take, but for sugar people you have to be on the check. If you are exercising regularly, you don't need any medicine actually. For your stomach also, exercise is the main medicine. And for diabetic people, you can make amla and haldi. You can make it into a juice and take it in the morning. It helps a lot.
Next question. My age 27. I have a pain in main spinal guard. I don't know what is it. Main spinal guard. Guard he wrote, or cord it might be. Cord. What help? What action should be taken? It is there from last 3 years.
3 years. If it is there for 3 years, then you will have to take a consultation and take medication. But for now, I can just say, if it is on your neck region, if you have dry ginger, take dry ginger, mix with little salt, a little hot water and apply it. So what happens is the swelling will reduce. Even if it is back pain, you can apply. But internally that flushing out has to take place. For that you need internal medication also.
Next, how to increase appetite for children so that they feel hungry?
See, one thing you have to understand is during summer time appetite reduces. Children are always playing about, they're sweating about. So the quantity of water has to be increased. Give them lot of lime water, give them buttermilk, give them what you call this rice gruel water with salt. So you don't need to worry if the children are playing about and happy. You don't need to worry whether they ate or not. Skipping, if they don't eat one meal, it's not a real worry. Children should be happy and playing about, and they should be energetic. And for children, light food during these times, you can you can give dalia, or you can give rice with lot of water in it, with the rice gruel. So these things, it increases the appetite. You can add little buttermilk into rice. You can make with coconut milk. You have to be a little innovative with children.
Many of the sight people wear safety shoes, PP, etc., which are heavy, and they walk generally for 10-15 minutes. So, can you guide what can help them decrease the pain, or they get pain in the ankle or joint?
So after your work is over, you can come back home and keep your legs in a lukewarm water in a bucket. Take lukewarm water, add one fistful of rock salt, mix it nicely, dip your legs in that for a few minutes. That helps a lot.
How many Surya Namaskar should be done in a day?
I told you it depends from person to person. If you have the ability, do as many times as you can. Or if you are a starter, or if you are not able to, start with two or three times and keep increasing how much ever your body can take. Heats the body. So during the summer time, please reduce. But if you are having cough, cold like problems, if it is, if I want herbal tea I mentioned without the tea powder, you can take it. If you're having cough, cold, you can take it many times. Otherwise, just restrict to once or twice.
Any natural mosquito repellent?
Natural mosquito repellent, neem oil is a very good natural repellent. Yeah. What you can do is, if you have neem oil, you can the liquidator which is over, you can put neem oil into that and you can put it into the plug. That helps a lot.
Tick point. Is it advised to take daily supplements if our daily protein intake is not achieved?
I didn't get the question.
Sorry, if our daily protein intake is inadequate or it cannot be achieved, can we take supplements on a daily basis?
If I'm not wrong, somebody going to the gym and taking protein powders must be asking the question.
Yes.
If in that case, you can take protein powders, I think in medical shops will be available. But at the same time, dal and like those food products which have more protein, you can increase. Soya bean is there, fish is there.
So instead of taking supplement, it is advisable to have natural proteins, if I can put it rightly. Yes, doctor. Secondly, how to reduce stress levels?
You have to tell yourself to reduce it. You have to plan it out, what time to do what, write it down, and at the same time keep telling yourself not to panic, not to take stress. You have to, there's a negative stress and a positive stress. When stress comes, if you are able to handle it in a positive way, then it is positive stress. And if it becomes negative, then it hampers your body and mind. So all this pranayama and all this yoga asanas, it helps to calm you down. So do it regularly. It will flush out those tensions and stress out of you. One day of exercise is a pill for one day only. It will not last for the next day. So do it daily.
But are there treatments for thyroid or tonsils? I will club it with another one, which is on the same thing. I have a swollen neck near the thyroid. So from last 8 months, any Ayurvedic treatment? So I'll club this together.
Thyroid is an hormonal problem that you will have to consult an Ayurvedic doctor. But tonsillitis, it's an immunity problem. For people who are having pain on the throat, when you feel, the previous to any fever or anything, you feel that you're going to get a fever or a cold or catch a cold or a cough, take raw garlic in empty stomach. Sorry, not empty stomach. After food, just one raw garlic after food. Just chew and swallow it. And if you don't like the taste or anything, you can mix it with a little honey and take. So raw garlic has got very good antiviral properties, and it immediately will feel the effect. At least if you're having severe, you can take it twice in a day for 3 days. Don't take it for many days. For 3 days, it's enough. Potato.
Eating lot of potatoes increase joint pain.
Yes, potato is very fond in North India, and there is no meal without potato. So I would advise them, don't take it on a daily basis.
Does it increase joint pains? But
Yes, potato can increase joint pain. If you take too much of potatoes, it causes a lot of gas problem that in itself can trigger arthritis and joint pains.
In case any cancer patient suffering from cancer or something, any precautions to be taken, especially for COVID-19?
Cancer patients have to be in a very what to say, you need to take real care. When people who are going outside and coming back home, see that immediately they don't go and visit them, but go and take a shower, wash nicely, remove your clothes, and if they are able to, you can fumigate their room, mop their room. For cancer patients, you have to be a little always, be in consultation with take their opinion from their doctor they are consulting with, because cancer is not just one or two, there are various types of cancers.
For stomach having thyroid, I will eat little but also very heavy in stomach.
Yes, thyroid is a hormonal and immunity problem disease. So be it joint pain, be it digestion, be it weight gain, these are all complications with thyroid. So you will have to consult your doctor because it varies from person to person.
Any Ayurvedic treatment for white hair?
See, hair is not just, top of the head. It is connected to the body. So if your lifestyle and your sleeping pattern, everything matters. So you have to consult your doctor. It's not just hair oil or hair shampoo or anything. Internally also, you will need to take medicine, detox yourself. Okay.
And final two questions, and we are closing the session, guys. How much garlic and lasun can garlic lasun can a person consume in a day?
If you're taking it in a raw form, one in the morning, one in the evening is fine. I told you, if you're having more of cold and cough, you can take it twice. Or if you're not having any problem, just one is enough, raw. And if you're cooking it in the food, you can cook it. That's not a problem.
Many of the people who have attended the session work on sites, and they are usually are in a place where there is a lot of dust. Also, project teams are there who are in an area where there are a lot of project work happening, so marble polishing or silica dust, etc. So any measures to be taken so that they can have a good respiratory help, even though they use PPE, but many a times it is not so protective or might be not so effective.
In Kerala now they have introduced herbal Ayurvedic mask that has a lot of herbs made with lot of herbs. So what happens is it directly protects things from going inside directly, and it keeps healing also internally. So what you can do is, if you're using a cloth material, dip it in haldi water and dry it, and then you can just tie it to be out of pollution and this particles. And when you come back home, we have a Jalaneti, where you take saline water, lukewarm saline water of about say half a liter, 1 liter, and we pour it from one nostril and it comes out from the other. So it's a flushing out procedure which you can practice. There are a lot of videos available, or you can go to your nearby yoga centers and ask them. So you can do that daily or maybe thrice in a week depending upon your respiratory health. So that helps to clean out, whatever has come in before it entering into the lungs, you can flush it out. Thank you.
Nazim,
My
which
pleasure.
side?